host, Amelia Atkins, and you're tuned in to another great mini episode of The Generation Gap. I have my panel here with me, Malusi and Cass, and our topic of discussion today is going to be cultural appropriation. So, guys, who wants to go first? Doesn't matter. We'll start with you, Cass. How about you give your own personal definition of cultural appropriation?
I guess I look at it as like taking things from other cultures and almost making them your own, I guess.
Okay. And how about you?
Yeah, kind of what she said. It's like taking something that's, a part of one culture and then it becomes the mainstream of like the masses.
Okay. And my own definition is taking from a minority and not making it into your own, but doing it and it's not yours. You shouldn't have did it, So brings me to my next question. With that being said, the people that think of it as self-expression, they don't believe in cultural appropriation. So do you believe that cultural appropriation is indeed self-expression and that people are just a little bit too sensitive towards it, or cultural appropriation is a thing and people shouldn't do it?
I definitely think it's circumstantial. I think it depends on how it's presented and how the audience reacts to it. Like, sometimes people do it because they do like it and they think it's cool, and sometimes I guess people just take it as a way to almost mock the culture.
Yeah, like I totally agree. Like I think it actually depends on the situation at hand and who's doing it. I think that plays into like a big role of like really what's going on. And it's never just like, you don't look at everything like that's cultural appropriation. No, it's certain events and specific things that really just say like, oh, that's cultural appropriation. Yeah. So it depends on the situation, the person, and what context it's used in.
I agree. Like, for example, Miley Cyrus, she had her twerking stage for her little twerking thing that she went through a minute. And I think self-expression is important. Like, you should express yourself. If you think this hairstyle's cute, it's dreads, whatever. If you think that bendy's cute, you want to wear it because it matches your outfit, okay, I can see that. But when it comes to Miley Cyrus and her twerking thing, she specifically said, I like this because I feel the hood within me. I feel like Little Kim reincarnated. What, Miley?
So sad.
You can't do that. Okay. So the last question that I have for you guys is, do you believe that one culture can appropriate more than another?
You want to take the lead on this one?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. One culture can appropriate more than the other. And this isn't singling out all white people, but here in like America, the dominant culture seems to always take from different minorities, not just black people, and it seems to become the cool thing that's to do here. Like you said, you mentioned the one example with like twerking and stuff. You can see it in like hairstyles. Kylie Jenner had a hairstyle with braids, and I don't believe for one second she ever knew what braids and stuff like that, but she never wore that hairstyle before. So I think definitely it happens. Like you look at Elvis Presley, he obviously grew up in Memphis, so he grew up around a lot of black culture. So he was able to take some of those influences and become mainstream popular. So there's a lot of different examples that you could look at, and yeah, like it happens like all the time. It's not just something that's been happening for 5, 10 years. It's been happening for hundreds of years. So when people look at it, you just have to be able to recognize what the situation is, and like we said before, the context in which it's being used. And I don't think you should take it too seriously at some point, because what they say, imitation is the fondest form of flattery. It just depends on like what context it's being used in. So I think that's just all people have to keep in mind.
Deep. How about you?
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off that, I definitely think there is a lot of white people taking from different cultures. I don't think you're singling it out. I think that it's true, and mainly taking from black culture, and just kind of sometimes it's just they think it's cool, like, we'll do it for fun, but sometimes I feel like it's definitely taken in a negative connotation. It's almost mocked sometimes. There's so many white guys out there who want to be from the hood, who want to be gangsters, and they want to listen to Drake rap about starting from the bottom, now we're here. But like, they don't really know like struggles. Most of the time it's like stuck up middle to upper class white guys who can get whatever they want, but they want to sag their pants and pretend they know what it's like to have a rough life. So I definitely think that sometimes mockery is the most sincere form of flattery, but sometimes it's definitely taken way out of line.
Agree. Great. Well, awesome topic of discussion that we had today. Very strong episode. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. And thanks for watching.